Well, thank you so much for listening to Converge Radio today. This is your old friend, Scott Morfitt, and I am joined via the interwebby phone lines by the fine band members of Good Morning Bedlam. Can I hear who I'm talking to?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sophia. I'm the violinist and singer in Good Morning Bedlam.
And I'm Tori. I'm the upright bass player and also a singer in Good Morning Bedlam.
And I'm Isaac. I play guitar and I sing as well.
That's really cool. I guess my first question for the people who haven't heard from of you or aren't familiar with you, you really, as I just even look at your website, you all are really based in a tradition of stringed instruments. I know this will start out as a weird question, but what is it that's really drawn you to that kind of aesthetic?
Well, the band, if you've heard of the band Avid Brothers, that was one that we all really fell in love with. And Isaac used to be in a heavy metal band when he was younger, and he heard the Avid Brothers and fell in love with them. And I played violin since I was 3, and after falling in love with that kind of music, we were like, we got to start a band like this. Especially Isaac was like I've got to start doing folk music, and I was on board, and Tori was on board. Yeah, it's a genre, and the folk genre in general is a great umbrella to be able to touch on different inspirations and genres. Yeah,
Definitely.
Almost like,
Yeah, I think one of the things we love about doing folk music is, and doing it with string music, is it does give you so much creative ability to kind of do what you want. I mean, I think there's a lot of music, like our new song, The Haunting, is very much, it's a pop song, but we're all, we all play folk instruments. And so it's kind of got this folk pop sound of definitely a pop song, but all the leads, instead of being played on synths and electric guitar like you would normally hear in an indie pop band, it's banjo and violin, and, kind of messing with those ideas and those things that you can pull from different genres that we love to listen to and also to be influenced by.
That's really cool. What do you think it does for music, taking that pop sensibility and really putting some classic instrumentation behind it?
I think it kind of, one cool thing that I enjoy about it is it sort of goes against expectations. So you see a string band, or you hear folk band, and you think quiet, sad guitarist playing on a bench by himself. And our show is wild, and we dance and we move, and we have we pull from pop, and it's catchy. And I think, it's just kind of there's a surprise aspect, which I think is fun for people watching, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. And I also think that there's a very authentic feel to the strings in it, very natural feeling, especially for us playing in. And I guess also a reason why we play our instruments is I don't know any other instrument. So the upright bass is my way into music. And it's been really fun to play around with these different influences, but use the medium we have in front of us. And it's been great.
Why do you think this folk tradition is so strong up in the Midwest specifically? I mean, I think about this a lot because we have them Coolie boys from this town, and we have the Blue Ox Fest here and stuff. But I've always wondered why this sound from Appalachia essentially has permeated this region.
Yeah, I found that really interesting too. Just, up in Minneapolis, there's a huge jamgrass scene, and there's also, the bluegrass and old time with Mabatma and all of that good stuff, and all the indie folk bands, because, them Cooley Boys is right from around that area, the area you're in, and, so many good bands coming out of Minnesota that are part of both the more traditional in the bluegrass and the old time, the jamgrass, which takes it, and newgrass that kind of takes it one way. Then you've got the indie folk and modern folk music that takes it another, but it's all stemming from this kind of the similar traditions, and it's really interesting how prevalent it is in the Midwest, in Minnesota and Wisconsin especially. I think that's really interesting and really cool.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if we have a few minutes, we'll have to chat about that more in person. This has been really interesting and a fun direction I didn't even know this interview was going to take at the beginning. So that's always super exciting. I think that's the fun thing with music is just really chatting these big ideas out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'm ready to hear your track, The Haunting, and I want to know a little bit about this because this has really been one of your big singles and you've received some great attention from it. So tell me, what should listeners know about The Haunting before we do the thing where we just play it for them?
Sure. Well, I started writing The Haunting a few months back, and really, I was really inspired specifically for this track. You know, I used the example of pop music before, but I listened to a lot of pop music, and this track was definitely inspired by that kind of music. We really wanted to create a track that people could just bob their heads to and really get into. And thematically, that is actually, so I'm married to Tori, the bass player, and so that's a song about our relationship and the ups and downs that go along with a long-term relationship. And so there's a lot of highs in the song and a lot of lows, and that's a little bit about it.
I love it. Well,
and also
yeah.
there's a music video along with it. Just if anyone wants to check that out, please feel welcome to The Haunting by Good Morning Bedlam.
Yeah,
well,
it was. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, if people are listening to the online version of this interview, we're actually going to be playing the YouTube one right after this, so they can check that out there. Or if they're just listening to the plain old radio, they can hear it.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today, Good Morning Bedlam, and I can't wait to see you live in concert at the Plus.
Yeah, we're really excited to come out Friday night.
Well, with no further ado, here is Good Morning Bedlam with The Haunting, right here on Converge.